time for some Wine Wednesday. 10 seconds till we get this show started. Remember, moderators, no blocking. And if you new over here, you definitely have to hit that subscribe button. And if anybody asks you what you're doing over here, around here, down here, please let them know that everything's allegedly. Even my name's allegedly. And y'all better be hitting the motherfucking wine glass. Okay? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? I apologize for being late. We had that same issue that we had Friday. It started glitching. It wouldn't, the live wouldn't start and everything like that. And I saw y'all in the comments talking about Rock Nation or Cock Nation was trying to stop the live. I assure you, it has nothing to do with that. YouTube just changed some settings, and so our software wasn't reading to their software. And so we had to figure some things out. So I apologize for the extreme delay. I even had to tell our guest that is going to be joining us here a little later on the show that I apologize, but she is okay. She's waiting to tell you all of Nicki Minaj stylist business, okay? And so y'all stay tuned for that on YouTube. Giving y'all a little bit of an exclusive over here. Normally it does go to TashaKLive.com, but we got some exclusive things that we got that's going to be going on TashaKLive.com today, okay, right after. All right, so real quick, full show, definitely going to be discussing Kai Cenat, Katy Perry. We also got the ex-Canadian Prime Minister, the one who stepped down. Oh, punk ass. Anyway, we're also going to be talking about Lil Wayne, Akon, and the wife mix-up, the wife swap, I guess, okay? We're going to go ahead and clear that up. Also going to be discussing Darius McCrary, and we got a whole lot of wine that we're going to be spilling about Nicki and her team and things like that. I did speak to Nicki, and so we're going to be giving you things that we can verify with receipts, okay? And so to the cease and desist that I did get, I actually just got it 30 minutes before the show started. According to your criminal record, I hate to do this, y'all. This is old Tasha K here. According to your criminal background report that we pulled, okay, Mr. DeAndre Willis, a.k.a. DeAndre Taylor, a.k.a. DeAndre Wilco, okay, or whatever you call yourself. We actually got witness accounts, eyewitness accounts. We got your full background report on everything that you have done to people, including the celebrities. I'm going to take your cease and desist, and I'm truly going to wipe my ass with it. Now, before I do that, guys, all right, we're going to go ahead and show some love to our sponsors. All right, this is how we pay the bills up over here. And so I'm going to let a lot of people get up in here, too, because, we had to switch to live like 4 or 5 times. And so without further ado, we got some sponsors we need to brag about. Make sure y'all like and share this video. Make sure y'all like and share this video, okay? We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass, too. We'll be right back after the break with Katy Perry. Let's go.
Government shutdown is here, and it is already impacting federal workers, and it's going to impact you too. Essential workers like TSA, FBI agents, military, they're going to continue to work and eventually be paid when a deal gets worked out. The non-essential workers, like unfortunately some of my friends that work for the Department of Justice, have been furloughed, meaning they're not going to get paid from now until a deal is reached in Congress, and that's money they can never make back. And for the rest of us, what does that mean? It means delays. I already have court cases that are being continued and delayed because the government is a party. There's just going to be delays throughout the federal government. And to the people that are not receiving paychecks, of course you can give me a call. I'm easy to get in touch with. Phone number is 954-637-0000.
Remember I was telling y'all about the lubricant? Y'all hear in all my videos, the lube that I always use. This is it right here. It's Wet Kitty. This is what it look like. Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty. If you're having vaginal dryness, she got you. Wet Kitty is that girl. It mimics the vaginal fluids. It is odorless, colorless, tasteless. It does not cause vaginitis. It does not dry up and get sticky. Again, it's that girl. Officiallypleasure.com. And yes, I recommend this to my patients. I recommend this to all the girls.
Farm to School Conference located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It starts December 1st through 4th, and it's going to have over 1,500 educators, parents, chefs, and things like that that are implementing changes right now in our children's nutrition at the schools, meaning healthier school lunches. I'm excited to meet Ron Finley, the gangster gardener. I've been following him for years. He's going to be this year's keynote speaker, and I want to let you know that tickets are on sale and they're going fast. And so listen, if you care like I care and you are are tired of having to pack lunches every day, especially if we're tax-paying citizens, then put your money where your mouth is and be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, December 1st through December 4th. Get your tickets now before they're sold out, okay? Decision makers are gonna be at this conference implementing changes in schools across America. So don't wait, grab your ticket right now at farmtoschool.org/conference. Use my coupon code TashaK25 to get 25% off your ticket. Winos, I'm gonna see you in Albuquerque if you care. All right, I'm gonna see you in Albuquerque. Don't forget to get your Wet Kitty lube. They got it in creamy as well as clear. It's odorless and tasteless, and it is recommended by a gynecologist, okay? A black gynecologist at that. Now, real quick, before we get into some things, okay? I know we done pissed a lot of people off on X and on the internet. Y'all calling me minions. First, y'all said I work for Jay-Z. Then when I'm out here, you know, I don't know. Do I work for Jay-Z? Am I getting paid by Jay-Z? Am I getting paid by Nicki Minaj? Am I getting paid? Who am I getting paid by so we can pay this debt? Somebody come forward with the money right now. That way, everybody that says, pay this, you need to pay your debt, you need to pay the debt, it's already paid. Please. Please. I was going to give y'all a motivational quote. But my motivational quote for today is, wipe your ass with cease and desist. Here we go. Oh, yeah, we're doing that. I can't believe that boy that was hired by Nicki Minaj and given an extreme opportunity got the audacity to send lawyers at me. Katy Perry, how you doing? Hey, girl. Hey. So here's the thing. The only reason I'm covering this is, one, because it's White Wine Wednesday, and two, because I felt like if this was any other person, any other woman like that half-black woman that's married to Prince Harry, I felt like if this was any other person in this position, people would be dragging them. But for some reason, I just don't understand how Katy has a pass. And this type of pass is like how on earth did you swing making an ex-Canadian prime minister a side nigga? Just hold that thought for a second. We're talking about, I don't know how to say his last name, Justin Trudeau. Candace Owens know his name. I bet you she do. But this is Canada's ex-prime minister who stepped down in January because he was a punk ass, scared of the people, couldn't do right by his job, so he decided to step down and become a side nigga to Katy Perry. Out of all the women in the world, this is who he chose. Take a look at it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people say, oh, my God, Katy. I said, no, if this was any other woman that had any type of melanin in her skin, or if she even slightly just resembled a black woman or Latina or anything like that, and had he would have been black, none of this would have been congratulated. Because the simple fact is she was engaged to Orlando Bloom in July. She was also spotted with the ex-Canadian prime minister. I guess maybe this is a trauma bond. I mean, stepping down from his liberal party. I mean, this is what you fall into. I mean, she was just giving love PDA when she hit that rocket going up to Mars. I don't know how she allowed Elon. Was it Elon Musk or Amazon? It was some Amazon people. Jeff Bezos. I'm not getting on no rocket. You ain't got no experience with nothing. Sir, you ship boxes. You ain't shipping me to Earth. That's what I'm trying to figure out, like, why did even, what's her name, Gail King get on that? But what I'm saying is, I just feel like there's just selective outrage. And if we're gonna call it for what it is. And so while everybody is clapping for this new couple, I'm like, no, this is not it, because she was linked to Orlando Bloom, was engaged to Orlando Bloom, was blowing kisses and sending love PDA to Orlando Bloom, and now all of a sudden you pop out with an ex-prime minister. And y'all were linked back in June. And you call off a whole engagement. No, it's White Wine Wednesday. Y'all don't get no pass. Moving on. Wendy. So, of course, you know, Wendy has been, this is what I don't understand. I feel like if she wasn't able to scam, if she didn't get the payout, if the insurance claim didn't go through, why turn her in to the police? saying that she attempted to. I just don't understand that. Like, I could see if they were able to give her the money, but to make her, she wasn't able to get the money. I guess the Nigerian scam didn't work. I'm just saying, I just feel like, we got other things going on, like, school shootings and church shootings and things like that, that we could use our police resources to really go after people who have, duped the system. Now, here's the thing, too. I'm not giving Wendy a pass because Wendy out here trying to clean up, I guess, her image. And so it was just noted that she was fired from the university. I guess that, that's where she teaches at. I don't know. But here's the thing. For her to come out and say that, I chose to step down, I wasn't fired. I'm like, here's the thing. If you're submitting false insurance claims, trying to claim money on rings that you're still wearing and purses that you're still wearing and staging robberies, why on earth would you quit your job voluntarily after you just bonded out of jail? After you told them crackers you didn't have no money? Like, what kind of sense does that make, Jasmine? Like, why would you quit your job if y'all needed money? Y'all just got back from Jamaica. You just submitted false insurance claims. And then you mean to tell me you're going to walk in with your pride and your shoulders held back and your edges unglued saying that you don't need your job? After you just made bail? Girl, bye. She quit before she got fired, she quit. I did that before. I did, and that's how I wound it up on YouTube. Y'all got to thank a white girl for that, okay? Because I came in, minding my business. I was late. I was just trying to see what my section was at season 52. She told me to get out her way. This ain't YouTube. You just don't barge your way up in here. You don't run this. And so I decided to run her ass on up out the restaurant, and she ran down to HR, and they was like, you're going to have to submit a statement telling us why you call her a cracker. I said, because she's a cracker, but I'm not about to fill out no paperwork. So you know what I did? I said, y'all, I quit. And I better not catch your ass outside. Her ass gonna run behind the car because we got off at the same time. Done got me fired. I was minding my business. That's what happens when you lay up with black men and they you think you can check me just because that black man told you he wished you was me, but he can't stand us because we don't know how to submit. So yeah, Wendy probably pulled a Tasha K. That's why we're here now. So thanks Seasons 52. Thank that white girl. Matter of fact, I ran into her boyfriend the other day and I was like, hey, you still with that girl? I said, hey, you still with her? He was like, I said, she watch you all the time. I said, does she now? Does she? Okay. I said, you with a black girl now? Absolutely. I knew it. I know you Negroes. I know it. That's why I called her cracker, to remind her who she was. Anyway, but Wendy, stop the cap, Wendy. You didn't quit. They fired you. It's embarrassing. Now, she does still have her gig over at Real Housewives of Potomac. I know they're going to eat that up, okay? And so I'm sure that they're going to be they're already picking up some A-B scenes, some after, because the series is already shot, so they're gonna pick up these scenes. They ain't finna wait until next season to do that. They finna get that right now, and we will get the full story, and nothing but the story of a help us God, but I'm sure that she'll self-deport before they put her in jail, so. They ain't asked for no doggone. I know a $50,000 bond, they ain't asked her to turn in no passport. This is all state. I don't even think this is federal. This is all state stuff. She'll be fine, so. Anyway. All right, moving on, guys, moving on. I hope you guys are enjoying it. How they doing in the comments? They ready? I feel bad. They said what?
They're concerned about Wendy's wig.
It's always like that, though. This is why I don't like, I'm going to be honest with you, I feel bad for saying this, and it's probably going to turn me off so colorist. I hate when dark-skinned women got tattoos, and they got wigs, and the glue is white. It's sort of like, I feel like they didn't make tattoos for dark-skinned people. And I feel like they didn't make wigs or the wig glue for dark-skinned people, too. And that's why, look at her edges. Your edges are white. That's from the crust. That's from the gel. And then they try to put makeup over it. And it's like, we can still see it. It's just crusty and brown and dark brown. I go back in time when we was using Dudley. What else was we using back in the day to take care of our hair? You know what I'm saying? That's That's why I cut mine off, because I'm not finna do this. Y'all ain't finna catch me out at no comedy show, at no hosting gig with no glue raising. I'm sorry. But we had Dudley. What we have? Dark and Lovely. Who else? Blue Magic. I still use I got Blue Magic on these waves right now. Look at them waving at y'all. Y'all see, look. I got Blue Magic right now, baby. Play with me. It does magic. Yeah, we put some of that oil, that petroleum oil, that Gulf Coast oil on our house. Now they talking about relaxers and shit done cause cancers and everything. Last time my grandma died with a relaxer and a Jerry curl at the same time. My grandmama did. Somebody, oh, this is healthy. I believe it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel that wearing other people's hair, and y'all gonna get mad at me. I know y'all finna drag me. It's fine. I done wore fake hair before. It's cool. But every time I wore it, I felt different. I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I was trying to be whoever it was that the hair came off of. I started going like this and stuff. I started going like this. You know, you go like this. I started going like this. And I was like, I feel that energy is transferred. And so whoever they shaved, whose head they shaved, whatever issues and stuff they had, for some reason, I felt like I was carrying those issues. I'm like, why am I all of a sudden all timid and insecure and going like this and always fixing my hair and stuff? And no. So I stopped. I'm stopped. And then it itched too. I got an itchy scalp. Every time it's sweating and everything, I itch. Whole wig be shaking. Whole wig. No. Don't be mad at me, y'all. I know y'all wear wigs and stuff. I love y'all. And so I'm just saying that's just my own experience. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Moving on. Who's next? Okay, so here's the thing. I want to get something straight here, okay? Because, we did report on Akon and his, he got 1 billion wives, but can't get $1 billion to pay for his city that just got repoed in Senegal. But you got money for all these wives, right? So there's a particular wife out here that's claiming she's his wife that is saying that all of this is fake news concerning this divorce, okay? And so not this wife, no, I need Tamika. This is the one, okay? You see the difference? You see the African girl versus her? You see the difference? Okay. So this wife here is his red carpet wife. This the BBL wife, itchy scalp wife, okay? I'm sure up under that wig it's probably dangerous. Here's the thing. And so she's out here trying to dispel rumors that she filed for divorce. I did not file for divorce from my husband. I think some other reports were saying that he only had $10,000 in his account, per the divorce docs. Now, the divorce documents are real. But here's what I don't understand is why people just can't read in between the lines, okay? Akon got plenty of women out here that he's referred to as his wife, okay? I mean, all you got to do is Google, and you're going to see the headlines, Akon wife, there's an Ethiopian girl, Akon wife, there's a rapper, Akon wife. Anybody that Akon sticks dick into, including Selena Powell, is Akon's wife. And I heard that coochie is on fire. She with Lil Meech right now. Shout out to her, though. She sat down with the winos and gave us her whole body count, okay? So we ain't hating on Selena over here. We protect all of our hoes over here, soon to be hogles. But here's the thing. And so for her to get out here, Tamika, and say that I'm not divorcing my husband, we know you're not. Everybody keep calling me, asking me if I'm divorcing my husband. We know you're not. But apparently a lot of people don't know that. She's not divorcing her husband because this is not her husband. I want to say it one more time. Tamika, the BBL wife, the red carpet wife, she got that motherfucker on the care credit, is not divorcing her husband because this is not her husband. And the reason I know that is because he is only legally married to this woman here. Let that sit down for a second. Now, I know her lawyer's gonna hit. It's all good. We're just clearing up the misconceptions that a lot of people thought it was you, Tamika. It's not you. Because you're not married to him. Because if you were married, what would that be in the United States of America? Or even in some countries like Senegal? You not Muslim. Look at you. She look like a Muslim to you? Look like Brittany Renner trying to be a damn Muslim. Look at... No, not been married, never been married, ain't no paperwork on them because he has a wife, one wife only. The rest of y'all hoes is whole wives. So we're gonna put some respect on the real wife. Now they have protected her identity. Here's her picture. This is the only picture, and this was back when they got married. This is the original wife. This is the one that's filing for divorce after 30 years of marriage. We know that heifer in that picture ain't even old enough to be 30. So we know it ain't you, heifer. While you out here trying to claim that you the wife, I'm like, how embarrassing is this for you to get out here and claim this? But the paperwork is very real. I didn't even know women over 30 still play house. Is that a thing? I didn't even know. Winos. Is that a thing? We still playing house? We still call niggas a husband and ain't no paperwork on them? If anything would have happened to this man today, guess who gonna fly over here to get him? Don't matter if she got a power of attorney or not. This is the wife. Akon would be sitting his ass somewhere down there in somebody's jail had he would have ever married anybody else besides her. That's why she had to legally file for a divorce in the U.S. Man, bye. I didn't even know. I thought women over 30, you're my friend. It's either friend or husband. Friend or husband. And all that stopped him. Oh, he Muslim. There's a way that it's done. When you're Muslim, first of all, you got to be Muslim too. Second of all, you have to sign paperwork. Are you allowing polygamy or monogamy? There's a whole ceremony done. Ain't no imam finna marry this hoe right here. Ain't nobody finna, Jasmine, put it back up. Ain't nobody finna put you in no doggone, what they call that shit, a die shit. Ain't nobody finna do that. Moving on. It's break time. After the break, we got Lil Wayne. We got a special guest, okay, that's coming up. That's going to be discussing Nicki's team scamming her and the receipts that she has. And we're also going to present the receipts that we have as well, too. Ooh, that coffee got me going. I'm like... I did put some oil of oregano in here. I put some sea moss in here too. I sure did. Yeah, it's got me going. You're right about that. All that more coming up after the break, including Darius McCrary. Okay, stay right here, guys. Please like and share this video. It's going to get thick a little later, all right? We'll be right back after the break. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass too. Let's go. So, Winos. Okay, good. He being a daddy right now. I was only scheduled to do one, which was A1.
It's coming.
But Ray J popped up after the TMZ tour.
Is that you? This is a big demo that works for that. Shout out to
Is that your baby, your firstborn?
Shout out to Lien.
Why you say my firstborn?
I'm on a
because I was told. Hold on for a second. Because I was told by Lyrica there's a new one. Is that? So let me ask you something. Now you were pissed off at me a few years ago about that Summer Buddy thing. So I interviewed Cat Williams' brother yesterday, Steve Williams. Have you ever met Steve Williams before?
I gotta look at him.
He looked just like Cat.
Yeah, I gotta look. I don't recall Cat like having a brother.
There you go.
I can't say that's my nigga, but I've seen him and we all said what's up and party together.
Yes. Okay. Ray J, is it true your mama and Brandy don't fuck with you? They swear Brandy can't stand you. They say you ruined the brand. Is mom and dad and sister proud of Ray J?
If they not, I am.
Oh, don't cry, Ray. Don't do that.
I'm here for you as a brother.
Don't cry. Somebody get this man some tissue. He really crying for real.
I think, I don't know what button you touched when you said Brandon.
Oh my God. I did not know. I literally pulled.
All right, let's pause this for a second.
Okay.
Can we stop this?
Yeah, we'll pause.
Please.
We'll pause.
Thank you.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.
You are now watching Now That's TV. Offset documentary, Self Confessions, take 1.
Guys, you here with Savage Dog, and I'm gonna take you alongside a ride for a journey of my life.
You was a conventional gangster. You was being nice.
She was a little thin something.
I'm finna turn up like
I didn't just come in this motherfucker just to learn how to beat bitches' ass.
bitches not finna kick me off no network. Mom! I don't even know who to call.
You cannot make her want to change.
I hope that this message gets out to the right audience.
All right, and we're back, guys. All right, so real quick, who's next, Jasmine? So real quick, I know y'all like, why is Kai on the show? So here's the thing. You know, I watch these young brothers, and it's not just Kai, it's actually IShowSpeed as well, too. And I did see a live and a statement from the Twitch CEO that claims that Kai and IShowSpeed are not a part of his like top 10 or Mount Rushmore when it comes to historical streamers. Even though IShowSpeed and Kai Cenat account for almost 70% of the views on Twitch, and they just happen to be black, but the CEO happens to be white. We have a clip on this? Okay, just listen to the cracker.
It probably should be more historical.
Yeah.
You know, in other words, Kai is big now, but you know, arguably it's like, now he asked me, so I had to put him on there. But arguably it's like, look, you're great, but you can't be on the Mount Rushmore yet.
See, I put, could you be Speed, Kai, Queso?
Right.
When like, no, there's like so.
Well, initially when I was doing it, because of course part of it is you just don't remember people. And initially I mentioned Speed, and then I was like, oh no, and I swapped Speed out for Queso.
Yeah.
Okay. But of course all the idiots on.
You know what this reminds me of? When we had to take off for Columbus Day. I know y'all probably like, Tasha, where are you going with this? And listen, you know, this is why we have TashaKLive.com. Because ain't nobody finna tell me they built me. Ain't nobody finna tell me I'm not good enough. I can't get here yet. Because I got my own. And I've seen them freeze his account. Like if anything goes wrong during his stream, they'll freeze his money and keep his money because they feel like it's their money because, you know, you're using our server. We're paying for your data, but they don't understand, like, if Kai leaves, 70% of their viewership leaves. And so does IShowSpeed, who is bigger than Kai Cenat. And for them to allow, like when I think of Columbus Day and they say, oh, we celebrate Columbus Day because Columbus discovered America. I said, so what did the Indians discover? And then you got, you know, 4 white men saying that this is their land and they discovered it. And the people that built it, the Indians and the black people, oh, you may be historical now, but later on down the road, no, because they want a particular face that looks like theirs. And God, that is an ugly ass right there, boy. He just looked musty. Looks like he smells like a whole box of Camel cigarettes. Camels. Smelling like Steel Reserve, the beer. Yeah, real conservative. But the 2 Negroes that are working your land and producing cotton over there on Twitch are not historical enough, even though there's not one white creator over there that's bigger than them, to be considered historical on your Mount Rushmore. So basically, you just using them for labor now. Slave labor. We'll let them make a little money. You get too big over here, we're gonna take you down, boy. I know you asked me. Black people, we gotta wake up. Like, I know we use these platforms, I use these platforms, but trust me, we cool over there on TashaKLive.com, and that's why I always promote mine simultaneously with what I'm doing here. Because in the event they want to pull an Alex Jones, just like Alex Jones people up on his site, guess where I'm going to be? On mine. He can't stand the fact that they bigger than him. He can't stand the fact that it was actually two Negroes that built this platform, and historically, he has to tell that story. Moving on. How they doing in the comments? Y'all enjoying the show? I'm sorry about the mix-ups in the live. I know I wasted a lot of y'all time. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to do better. I promise you. I promise you I'm going to be early for work. I ain't going to let my ADHD get the best of me. Oh, Wayne. Just real quick. So, I guess Wayne is on the verge of letting everybody know that he's doing better. He's healthier, even though he had to cancel some shows due to seizures and stuff like that, according to sources that are close to him. And we're going to say allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you're having seizures and you're on tour, you're a liability. And they could possibly use millions of dollars. And so they're going to do what they got to do to cover it up. But it's mighty funny how he's putting up videos. I don't know who his PR team is, but I'm like, y'all just don't know. Y'all think we don't know Wayne. But go ahead, watch the video.
We had pulled over to eat. You know, I don't eat fast food, so we pulled over to cook. You know, I don't eat fast food, so no. You know, I don't eat fast food, so we pulled over.
Can they hear what he's saying?
And shit. So we got to watch the car and shit. We got stuck into the car. So we cook. See? We pulled over and we cook. So eat healthy, young men, young women.
All right, so eat healthy. Young men, young women, he stopped his tour bus because he doesn't eat fast food, hasn't ate fast food in 20 years, and so his chef pulls over on the road to make him a healthy meal, and so he strives on that, even though he looks so sick. Look like he got that house in Virginia. He aging like the white women he's sleeping with. All I'm gonna say is, like, how you got a chef? How you eating healthy but you do drugs? Like, I just don't understand that. Everybody know Wayne get high? What is this supposed to cover for all the dope you do? Allegedly? Is this supposed to help prolong some things? Said he aging just like them white women he laying up with. You know, spirits transfer. Moving on, guys, moving on. We wish him nothing but health and wellness. Darius McCrary, all right? Crossing the border the other day. Y'all in my DM talking about Tasha. Darius done got locked up. He was trying to get into Mexico. I guess through San Diego. He was trying to go down there to Tijuana. They done picked him up on a child support warrant. So they arrested him at the border. Apparently the child is 18. I didn't even know he had kids. And so he owed money on an 18-year-old. And I told y'all, listen, I was shocked that my mama was still getting child support for me when I was 24 years old. I told y'all that story. I had to pay my own child support. I had to pay my dad to keep my dad out of jail for old child support that he owed on me. I said, no, my dad just finessed me to pay my mama. So they picked his ass up. And I'm kind of glad they did anyway, because I felt like the money that he was going down there to spend anyway on probably dope and transgender women, it could have been well suited with his child, with his baby mama. That's all we're going to say there. Moving on, because I'm trying to get to my guests. I know I'm moving fast. I'm trying to get to the guests. I'm trying to get to the good stuff. Are we ready? Can we take a break real quick? Because I want to make sure she's ready. Okay, so real quick, guys, before we get into this Nicki Minaj story and who's stealing from her and who did what and when did they do what, and since they want to send cease and desist to me, saying that I'm lying on them, alleging that they stole, when we got a whole rap sheet? We'll be back after the break, guys. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to them. Let me make sure my guest is ready. Okay, let's go.
Government shutdown is here, and it is already impacting federal workers, and it's going to impact you too. Essential workers like TSA, FBI agents, military, they're going to continue to work and eventually be paid when a deal gets worked out. The non-essential workers, like unfortunately some of my friends that work for the Department of Justice, have been furloughed, meaning they're not going to get paid from now until a deal is reached in Congress, and that's money they can never make back. And for the rest of us, what does that mean? It means delays. I already have court cases that are being continued and delayed because the government is a party. There's just going to be delays throughout the federal government. And to the people that are not receiving paychecks, of course you can give me a call. I'm easy to get in touch with. Phone number is 954-637-0000.
Remember I was telling y'all about the lubricant? Y'all hear in all my videos, the lube that I always use. This is it right here. It's Wet Kitty. It's what it look like. Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty, Wet Kitty. If you're having vaginal dryness, she got you. Wet Kitty is that girl. It mimics the vaginal fluids. It is odorless, colorless, tasteless. It does not cause vaginitis. It does not dry up and get sticky. Again, it's that girl. Officiallypleasure.com. And yes, I recommend this to my patients. I recommend this to all the girls.
Farm to School Conference located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It starts December 1st through 4th, and it's gonna have over 1,500 educators, parents, chefs, and things like that are implementing changes right now in our children's nutrition at the schools, meaning healthier school lunches. I'm excited to meet Ron Finley, the gangster gardener. I've been following him for years. He's gonna be this year's keynote speaker, and I wanna let you know that tickets are on sale and they're going fast. And so listen, if you care like I care and you are tired of having to pack lunches every day, especially if we're tax-paying citizens, then put your money where your mouth is and be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, December 1st through December 4th. Get your tickets now before they're sold out, okay? Decision makers are gonna be at this conference implementing changes in schools across America. So don't wait, grab your ticket right now at farmtoschool.org/conference. Use my coupon code Tasha K25 to get 25% off your ticket. Winos, I'm gonna see you in Albuquerque if you care. So, Winos, okay, he being a daddy right now. I was only scheduled to do one, which was A1.
It's coming.
But Ray J popped up after the TMZ tour. Is that you?
This is a big demo that works for that. Shout out to
Is that your baby, your firstborn?
Shout out to Lien.
Why you say my firstborn?
I'm on a
because I was told. Hold on for a second. Because I was told by Lyrica there's a new one. Is that? So let me ask you something. Now you were pissed off at me a few years ago about that Summer Buddy thing. So I interviewed Cat Williams' brother yesterday, Steve Williams. Have you ever met Steve Williams before?
I gotta look at him.
He looked just like Cat.
Yeah, I gotta look. I don't recall Cat like having a brother.
There you go.
I can't say that's my nigga, but I've seen him and we all said what's up and party together.
Yes. Okay. Ray J, is it true your mama and Brandy don't fuck with you? They swear Brandy can't stand you. They say you ruined the brand. Is mom and dad and sister proud of Ray J?
If they not, I am.
Oh, don't cry, Ray. Don't do that.
I'm here for you as a brother.
Don't cry. Somebody get this man some tissue. He really crying for real.
I think, I don't know what button you touched when you said Brandon.
Oh my God. I did not know. I literally pulled.
All right, let's pause this for a second.
Okay.
Can we stop this?
Yeah, we'll pause. We'll pause.
Thank you.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.
You are now watching Now That's TV.
Offset documentary, South Confessions, take 1.
Guys, you here with Savage Dog, and I'm gonna take you alongside a ride for a journey of my life.
You was a conventional gangster. You was being nice.
She was a little thin something.
I'm finna turn up like
I didn't just come in this motherfucker just to learn how to beat bitches' ass.
bitches not finna kick me off no network. Mom! I don't even know who to call.
You cannot make her want to change.
I hope that this message gets out to the right audience.
And we're back. Thank you so much, guys, for waiting patiently. I appreciate my guest. I know she's on a time constraint, okay? And so I'm going to speed things along so we can get this guest on, and then we can head on over to TashaKLive.com for the second show, since I don't want to be late nowhere else, all right? So here's the thing. So Nicki Minaj, y'all calling me like an ass kisser? Y'all saying I'm being paid and everything like that. So apparently somebody had some wine. Some true wine on Nicki Minaj and her American Express card being misused, okay? Now, I'm just trying to figure out, how did that person get that wine? Like, how would you know if somebody is using somebody's American Express, and how much, and when it happens? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, you know, I don't know. I just couldn't be that type of person to know something like that and not tell them. Well, I guess not, because, you know, when they tried to sell me Natalie Nunn's purses, I ain't say shit. I almost bought them, I promise you. I don't know. But I guess if I'm rich, like this person, like what would I do with that information? Like, I'm just, somebody's trying to scam her or somebody's scamming her, and like, how do you know that information? And then there was some allegations of schizophrenia, you know what I'm saying? And some other allegations of bipolar and all of that. And I'm just like, how is this person getting this stuff? Like, where are you getting it from? And so I have, not that I have an idea, I know, but we'll talk about that once our guest comes on. But there's just one particular issue I just want to address right now, which is who did it? Because it's not about whether or not if it's if it's happening. It's like, who's doing it? And why are they doing it? Okay? And how do these people get around people like this? So you have to ask yourself that question too, And so, I woke up and, Nicki was in my DM and she basically had, let me know that she had filed a police report on some people. And there's some other names that's going to be dropping soon here. And so stay tuned for that. We'll probably have those names by Friday. But there's one in particular that you guys know. He's a stylist. His name is DeAndre Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And so he styled her for her Gag City world tour, okay? Y'all claim y'all didn't like the outfits. I don't know. She looked like Nicki to me. I mean, same shit she always wear. I didn't see anything like really special about the designs, but I mean, it was right on brand for her. Okay. And so I know y'all are saying that now, but at the time, y'all probably praised him and loved him at the time. But here's the thing. When she decided, I guess, to file a police report, obviously she's known about this for weeks. And I'm going to say this too, because she did tell me that she had known about this for weeks. And when the information came out, it was probably because, when things are public, or when things are being said, other teams talk to other team members, or, the gay boys talk to the other gay boys. Let's just put it out there, okay? And so all the gay boys, they gossip. They're one of the girls. They know all the business. This goes for all of the stylists, and all of them in some factor have been accused of stealing, okay? I can name people on Lil Wayne's team. I can name people on Drake's team. I can name people on Tiana Taylor's team. I can name people on Megan Thee Stallion's team and things like this. And so the fact that this information would be shared as a dig, I don't know. It just hit me some type of way, because I'm like, are you encouraging this? Do you want to see somebody fall? Do you want to see somebody do worse than you just so you can feel better and you could be number one? Because in reality, you're like number 10? I don't know. So let's get into the deets real quick. So DeAndre Taylor did send me a cease and desist. Y'all want me to read it before we get into his background? Okay, because this is who Nicki Minaj says she filed the police report on. Then there's a doctor and there's two other people. I know who the two other people are, but I don't know who the doctor is. And so I'm waiting on that. And I'm waiting on that before I go forward with it, because, we just ain't got time to be playing with nobody in court. Like, And so hold on. Let me actually get the cease and desist. This is his background report here. And it's public, by the way, okay? So he has aliases, and I can see why Nicki's team probably wasn't able to run a proper background search on him because of all of the aliases and names and stuff like that. So hold on. I know my guest is watching. Hold on real quick, girl. Just hold on. Let me get this cease and desist. I think he sent it to my public email. This is where I get all my tips and stuff. unWineWithTashaK. @gmail.com. So it's from David Hutcher and Citron LLP in New York. Okay, and so they have sent a cease and desist personally to me. And so they said these are defamatory statements about DeAndre Tristan. They don't even have his real legal name. Okay, we represent DeAndre Tristan. We write with urgency to address your defamatory and unlawful conduct to serve first and final warning to serve legal consequences that will follow unless you immediately retract your false statements and issue a public apology to Mr. Tristan. This is what his lawyers are saying. Okay, I want his lawyer. I know his lawyers are watching. I know Mr. Tristan is watching. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the Wino Gang. Okay. Also, specifically on October 14, 2025, through your ex-Twitter account, unWineWithTashaK, you published multiple posts falsely accusing Mr. Tristan of criminal conduct. I wonder if Nicki got one. I wonder if Nicki got a season. Okay, it's all good. So here's the thing, including statements that Nicki Minaj filed a police report against DeAndre Tristan, the stylist, last week for stealing money. Actually, it was a couple of weeks ago. So. And another ex-media post the same day that he was allegedly convicted of credit card fraud back in 2010. This is in the cease and desist. Hold that thought, lawyer. Hold that thought, okay? So, hold on for a second. He allegedly changed his name, apparently. Okay, Nicki Minaj isn't the first or last victim. Calling all celebrities, hide your purses. You then amplified these falsehoods on the Instagram by reposting the defamatory statements to your unWineWithTashaK account. Your statements concerning Mr. Tristan are inevitably false. I bet you they can't even really spell that right, because I can't say it, okay? And you either knew or should have known them to be false, they said about Mr. Tristan, has never been charged with any crime. They said that Mr. Tristan has never been charged with any crime. They must don't know who they talking to right now. Okay, all right, so hold on for a second. The subject of any criminal investigation or convicted of any crime of any kind, your posts are fabricated and malicious and appears calculated to harm Mr. Tristan financially and reputationally, despite the absence of any truth or good faith to your false statements, okay? Given your large media following, your false statements have spread virally, been republished on other social media outlets, and have caused immediate and devastating harm to our client's reputation. I don't even want to read the rest of this shit because I don't think the lawyers know what we know, okay? And so here's the thing. I don't have any issue with him. I don't know this man. I just found out. I'm just following the paper trail. And so before I take her word, I'm going to go do my research myself. And so what we found was that he got a history dating back to 2006. But before we put up the police report, okay, and state all the charges, I want you to get to know somebody who put him on. And not only did he do this to her, he did it to another celebrity that we're going to name shortly, okay? And so here's the thing. Hold on for a second. Let me go ahead and get Miss Kim on the phone. Miss Kim, you ready, baby? I know she ready. Come on, Tristan, I know you watching the show. You ain't tell your lawyers this, did you? But hold on.
Hello?
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Tasha K.
How are you, mama?
I'm hanging in there.
Okay, so we're live right now. I hope you know, so we are recording.
Okay.
All right, so here's the thing. So I gave a brief introduction into Nicki Minaj and this stylist that she kind of put me onto, that she filed a police report on because there were multiple charges on her credit card, her American Express, that was named publicly, that apparently she had given him, I guess because he buys clothes and pulls clothes for her and stuff like that. Jasmine, can you show some of those charges that Nicki Minaj had put up the other day regarding Mr. Tristan and some others? And so here's some of the statement charges and stuff like that. Jasmine's about $8,000. There's an $8,000 charge. There's a $7,000 charge. Hold on for a second. What is that, Jasmine? I can't see. I ain't got my glasses. 5,000. I mean, she just started screenshotting, and specifically, and that's what makes me like really wonder, like, how would you know it's an American Express? So that means other people have access to her American Express. Isn't that called boosting? But here's the thing, Miss Kim, do you want people to know your first and last name and who you are and how you know DeAndre?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So my name is Kim Brown. I owned a store called Fresh of Georgetown in Washington, D.C. for over a decade. And I was one of the leads in the area. I worked with BET. I did a lot of different things in the Georgetown community, and it was when it was popping. A part of the ecosystem that I was a part of was Georgetown Cupcakes and Sweet Green. So those were my peers. However, I didn't make the transition from, brick and mortar to e-commerce. So
Okay.
I decided to close my store.
Okay.
So that's my background. So how I know DeAndre, he first started as a customer, and then he was looking for employment. He did not have much retail experience, so I brought him on board, and then, very energetic, very likable, friendly. We also, meshed because we're Sagittarius, and so I'm sure he did that with Nicki. So just very, very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Short of the long, two of the bullet points that I know that Nicki's not going crazy. That's my biggest thing. People are just, slandering her name. Bottom line is, back in the Obama era. This is when he was working for me. So about 2008, 2009, around that time period. This is before Square. So we had, you swipe the card with credit card machine. And then when you swipe it, all of your information comes up. So what I found was a lot of customers were calling me and saying, hey, you've double charged me, or I'm seeing charges that are not recognizable, and the last place that I used your card was at your store. And so at first I didn't kind of put it together. This was again around the Yelp era. So then I started getting like bad reviews. It was just a very stressful time. Then Zara, which was had a flagship in Georgetown, they called me and said, hey, Kim, we have one of your employees over here stealing using your sensor gun. And so I had, became friends with him, but I had to let him go because I was one of the few Black people in Georgetown that owned a business and owned the $1 million building in Georgetown. So I didn't just rent a building, I owned it, and I made way for Georgetown Cupcakes. So that's pretty much, the nutshell. I've kind of stayed low key over the years. The last time I've spoken with DeAndre was about October 2024. I have text messages of that. I'm not going to divulge the person's name yet. His name's Terry. I'm not going to divulge his last name. Him and I are extremely close. And basically, DeAndre did some things. I won't elaborate right now. He did some things and I kind of try to quarterback it. So I reached out to DeAndre and said, hey, that's not right what you did to Terry. And, you guys been, childhood friends. How can we mend this? So basically, in summary, I'm basically the blueprint or the pink print for all the millennial girls that are now Instagram girls that sell clothes that are from the DC metropolitan area. Okay. I was one of the first. Yep.
So how did you handle DeAndre? Hi, DeAndre. I know he's watching. How did you handle DeAndre when you found out that he was, he had your look? What do you call that gun where you take the,
the sensor gun.
Yeah. And the charges. How did you handle him? Did you fire him?
Yeah, so I terminated him. We did not talk for probably a couple months, but we were friends. So, we continued to engage, but slowly he was, trying to make a mark, right? And so he would ride the Amtrak train to New York to try and get, his footing. I can't speak on all the details of what he was doing in New York, right? But I know that he was definitely, I've witnessed him scamming and doing various things, in the DC area.
So when I named his name yesterday, because that's when you reached out, what did you think when I said something and, Nicki had divulged that information to me? What did you think?
Oh, wow. I mean, similar, people just think, I was just like, that is definitely him. It's unfortunate that Nicki is kind of doing riddle games. So it comes off as like, you don't know what you're talking about, or maybe your husband did it. But no, I know for a fact, I don't know for a fact because I wasn't physically there. So allegedly, this is his MO. How he got his start, he was somewhat like a groupie. He would ride the train from DC, hang out in front of ABC News. And then Robin Roberts, I believe is her name. Mm-hmm. When, they used to have concerts and stuff. So he just like kind of wiggled his way in and she gave him his landing. And so that's how he got his start. A lot of his credentials are false. I don't even know if he has Emmys. But he didn't finish school. I still have love for him. But, he, again, what he's done to my other friend, Terry, who was his friend, is just not cool. And that's a whole nother story.
Okay, we'll swing back for that story real quick. So hold on for a second. Let me pull up before we pull up his background report, because you're not crazy either. Okay, and so hold on, let me make sure I get this. So I'm not going to, tell the source or anything, but basically we got a tip yesterday saying that DeAndre Tristan, okay, he had already stole jewelry from Tamar Braxton when he was working for her, okay, and out of her house, and now Nicki Minaj. But there's another guy named Mark Williams, okay, whose name is Versatile101 on Instagram, who makes him steal these people's stuff. Now that's all alleged. I know Mark is a stylist as well, but this tip came in from a very credible source yesterday. They all from DC, and they all do credit card stunts of all of this type. And so this is a different person from, like, somebody else is saying that he has a mark in DC.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're familiar with DC was really popping. I mean, even, we had a lot of different clubs, lounges, and things. Just, DC was popping. And honestly, the chips on the cards, I promise you, the crew of DeAndre and all of them, they are part of the reason why the banks came up with a new system. They were running a gamut.
I needed to spin on that. Go ahead.
They all come from a ballroom environment, and a lot of the I call them girls, a lot of them gravitated towards me because I was one of the only Black people in the DC metropolitan area that owned a boutique, and I was running it efficiently. So a lot of them clung on to me because, that gives them clout, that gives them status.
Okay. All right. So real quick, anything else you want to add before I, unveil his record?
No, I mean, again, like I said, it's not so much to kind of really throw him under the bus. It's more so, I'm not going to say I'm a barb, but, I love Nicki, and I just feel bad for all that she's going through. And unfortunately, she's not really communicating effectively on Twitter or X. So I just want to give validity that, this is real. And this is how he got his start. And, I'm sure, one last thing, one good thing about him, different than arrogant Tay, DeAndre loves engaging with women that are 10 years older, 10 plus years older than him, because a lot of the women, similar to me, they want a gay bestie, and it makes them feel young and youthful and vibrant in a sense. So, I know that he's worked with Mariah Carey. I know he's worked with Michelle from Destiny's Child. And so all of these different people, and he dressed to the nines, and he's curated his page. He's curated who he is to a T, because he's been able to scam for over 15 plus years.
That part. Well, thank you so much. Do you want people to find you, follow you, just in case they may? Let them know.
So my Instagram page is Kim Brown _2030. These days I just do consultant work, and I'm almost at my milestone of traveling 100 countries, and I just kind of stay low key.
Okay.
Yep. So that's where I'm at, and I appreciate you taking the time, Tasha, to talk to me.
Oh, anytime. I appreciate you taking the time to just, speak your truth, because a lot of people will say that she's crazy. And so I'm going to bring this home in just a second. Just give me a second, winos. I'm going to let Miss Kim go. Thank you so, so much, and we will definitely work together, okay?
Okay, thanks, Tasha.
All right, mama. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, so there's that. So, but here's the thing. So we had to go all the way back and things like that. I do want to say this before I unveil his arrest record, okay, and the aliases that he uses, and things like that. I do want to say this. Just like she said, all of them have gay besties, okay? And all of these artists, whether it's an EJ for Megan, or, a Colin for, or a, or a Tristan. DeAndre Tristan, right? They're all together. They all recommend people. They all talk. And so for this information to get back to this team, but you got to understand that the stylists, the gay besties, they run together. It's like, If her business is being told, best believe that your business is being told as well. Now, without further ado, real quick, before we go over to TashaKLive.com, let me go ahead and pull up the background report. Shout out to Nyla Says, my PI. Shout out to Nyla Says, my PI. Anytime we want anything, even the information on Cat Williams' kids that we'll be unveiling here, Nyla puts, we get the receipts. And so just in case they want to play in court, we got our receipts to back it up. So I have his full, hold on for a second. Oh no, that's Cat Williams' adopted daughter, wrong person. Okay, so we got his full report. DeAndre Willis, okay, born 19, hold on for a second. Hold on. I ain't gonna put his credentials out there. I don't want the video to get struck. Okay, so here we go. So we have, hold on. Washington, D.C. addresses all down the pipeline. We also have, let me get to the arrest records. So we have 2008, 8/26/2008, okay? Credit card fraud, identity theft fraud to avoid arrest, okay? This was in Virginia. That's the DMV area, okay? We also have another charge on 8/26/2008, identity theft fraud to avoid arrest again in Virginia. We also have uttering, delivery, and forgery of a check. Okay, this was along 8/26/2008. Okay, we also got identity theft misdemeanor. Okay, this was a felony. Okay, this was in Arlington, Virginia, all around the DMV. Okay, we also have, hold on. We have another forgery. Okay, and uttering as well in Arlington. We also have, hold on. It's just so many. Petite larceny, okay? 6/21/2008. This was a felony as well, too. We got the case numbers as well, too. Hold on for a second. We also have some civil judgments. We also have, some civil judgments in Philadelphia County. We also have, let me see. Hold on. I got his addresses, his business name. We also have, I'm making sure I go through every single thing. Yep, we got the companies that he uses, the aliases, and so he goes by DeAndre Willis. See, we couldn't find anything under DeAndre Tristan or DeAndre Taylor, okay? We had to actually go to the government name, which is DeAndre Willis. And so when you give in another name to a celebrity, of course, they're not going to be able to find this because they're going to look at Tristan and say, oh, there's no identity there. And so there's also a Willis, a Wilkes, as well as Tristan as well, too. And so, listen, you can sing your lawyers. You can do what you want. I don't give a damn at this point. And so I've reached out to Tamar. I'm waiting on her to confirm. You know, Tamar loves a gay bestie. I don't know why. My gay bestie's a girl. Right, Jazzy Faye? Right. But there's a little video. You got that little video of how they pull, because I want you to see, like, how does a stylist afford this? Remember, Shannon Sharp stylist, Hollywood, he had a lot of perks, right? Courtside seats beside his man, Van Cleef jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Cartier watches and stuff, and all they doing is pulling outfits. But, you know, go ahead, Jasmine, go ahead.
This is DeAndre Tristan, and he's Nicki Minaj's ex-stylist. He is the person who people are saying took her Amex and was like buying stuff with it. This is his Instagram, and at the time of this recording, he limited his comments. So don't come over here thinking you can ask questions. I already tried. You won't get through. But, you know, I did find some pictures of some past posts. So let's take a look. You know, over here, everything looks very expensive, mind you. Very, very expensive. We got some Hermes on the floor. What are these, like some Tom Brown sweatpants, a Bottega Veneta jacket. I see Van Cleef jewelry. I think this is an Amiri hat. I'm just saying, if I were under the impression that you stole my credit card and I go on your Instagram and I see pictures like this, I'd be pretty upset. Like, the fuck are you so happy about? What you smiling for? Whose card did you use to pay for this? This one would have really pissed me off. How does his outfit match the background? He's dressed like one of them condos he's standing in front of. I'm not mad at it though. I like the pants. I would have still got you beat up though. And I would have stole all the purses. I'm trying to figure out where all these charges came from on my credit card. And you out here just flowing in the wind. Absolutely not. Allegedly.
So you have the question, like, how did such person get the information? Who told you about the information? How were you able to tweet that information and name Amex cards and schizophrenia and bipolar? And all the artists are crazy. Michael Jackson, Prince, all of them. They all crazy. That's why they so damn entertaining. They crazy. We follow the crazy. But my thing is, like, I don't think it's funny to be laughing at somebody getting scammed at when we've all been scammed, even by our own baby daddies. But anyway, listen. We're going to head over to TashaKLive.com, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're definitely going to be unveiling Sweetie's list of married men and men that she's connected to. Also going to be talking about Jay-Z. He may be fired from the NFL here soon, sources are saying. We're also going to be discussing, oh my God, viewer discretion is advised. We got a Houston pastor by the name of Anthony Hall. Shout out to the Houstonians, okay? There is some questionable videos. Viewer discretion is advised because we do have the video proof of what's going on here, and some women and some trans women and some kids. That's all we're going to say. Apparently he's a pastor and his name is Anthony Hall. He's a gospel artist. Okay, he's a gospel artist, okay? Shout out to the... See, that's what I'm saying. Oh my God, all right. Mario, we're also going to be discussing Mario. Oh, we also have a Real Housewives of Potomac housewife that is quietly having an estate sale. And when we found out the information, they changed the address, but they're still having the estate sale. We'll talk about Bravo and their pay scale here soon. We also got wine on Cash Doll and much more. Okay, all of that coming up on TashaKLive.com. You do have to subscribe. I do apologize for us being late. Thank you so much to my guest, Kim, for coming through with the receipts. Okay, and like I said, I'll gladly email these receipts over that I just read about DeAndre Tristan to his legal team, but I just don't want to spend no money. That he trying to scam me, sending lawyers. Now he's trying to scam me, okay? So listen, I love you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the show. We're about to start our second show at 5:30, which is in 20 minutes Eastern Standard Time. Get y'all ass on up over there. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now I gotta go. Oh, real quick, I gotta do the gossip shop. Shit, real quick, guys. Y'all know it's the fall season. You know everybody wearing masks and they getting sick. I put 2 drops of the oil of oregano. This is organic, sourced from the wild, okay? In my water, in my coffee to keep me clear of any viruses and bacteria that's gonna take me down. All you gotta do is go to the NIH website, the National Institute of Health. You can see the research that they've done on oil of oregano. You can see the comments when you Google about it that folks, they may get sick, but they ain't getting sick. If you understand what I'm saying, okay? And so this is an organic version, very potent. You can get it on my website, shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10. Don't forget, guys, stay with your liquid D3, especially during the winter months. There's not much sun, okay? And this is when we typically get the sickest, all right? And so I keep this on me at all times. This is 10,000 milligrams I use of D3. Very, very high quality. You cannot get this on the market. And sometimes when you even want a prescription, they won't even give it to you. I don't know why they're always giving people 5, but listen, this was sourced in the UK, one of my favorite products, one of our highest selling products on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10, especially if you're having any joint pain. And a lot of people have a lot of joint pain, arthritis pain, hip pain, just finger pain, especially when it gets cold. I guarantee you give this about a week or so. If it's a vitamin D deficiency, that pain will subside, okay? And please talk to your doctor if you feel that you are vitamin D deficient in all things, okay? And don't forget, guys, we keep us some sea moss, okay? And we got 2 types of sea moss. We got the sour sop sea moss, all right? And we also got the sea moss drops, all right? This is the mango flavor. You know, sea moss is very hard to make. All of the health gurus rave about sea moss. That's why they've been taking it for years. That's why a lot of them live extra long, especially if you're in the islands in the Caribbean. They use soursop and sea moss, which is anti-cancer, antiviral, and stuff like that. And then we have the regular sea moss, which is high. It has 97 of the vitamins and minerals that our body is made out of, okay? And so I always keep me some sea moss. I love that they made it in drops. It doesn't have a fishy smell, so it don't stink, you know, and things like that. And I love it, okay? And this one has black sea oil, okay? And so this one also has spirulina and things like that, all right? So shoptkdeals.com, use the coupon code TK10. If you got you some high blood pressure and stuff going on, some constipation, guys, magnesium is the best bet, all right? And so I am no longer on my high blood pressure medication. That is per my doctor, because guess what? My magnesium levels are high. I have a very potent magnesium that I use. It's called the Heart Calmer. It's on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10. You can Google the research. A lot of people are having strokes, blood clots, high blood pressure, aneurysms, and things like that, simply due to a magnesium deficiency, okay? And so once you start to raise that, you know what I'm saying? You're no longer constipated. You're no longer stressed. You're no longer tight. You're no longer tense and things like that. It helps to relax all muscles, all blood vessels and stuff. The heart is made of a muscle. The coochie's made of a muscle. Guys, this is one of our top sellers too on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10. And I do want to tell you guys, also, for those of y'all that are sugar case lovers, we did a deal with Sugar Case on shoptkdeals.com. They're no longer a partner, all right? And so now you guys can order the sugar case directly through shoptkdeals.com. And if we're sold out, we're sold out. If we have more, we have more. You can track your shipping and things like that. And so you can also order in a bundle. And so my two favorites are the watermelon squeeze as well as the glazed donuts. You can find them on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. Guys, I love you. Sorry for taking so long. I'm trying to hurry up so we can get to TashaKLive.com so we're not late for that show. Anything else I need to say, Jasmine? If you got tips, please hit me at 323-405-WINO. That is 323-405-WINO. And if you want to advertise, please hit me at unWineWithTashaK at gmail.com, okay? I love you guys. Now I got to go. Say bye, Teddy. Bye. So, Wino, okay, good. He being a daddy right now. I was only scheduled to do one, which was A1.
It's coming.
But Ray J popped up after the TMZ tour. Is that you?
This is a big demo that works for that. Shout out to
Is that your baby, your firstborn?
Shout out to Lien.
Why you say my firstborn?
I'm on a
because I was told, hold on for a second, because I was told by Lyrica there's a new one. Is that? So let me ask you something. Now, you were pissed off at me a few years ago about that Summer Buddy thing. So I interviewed Cat Williams' brother yesterday, Steve Williams. Have you ever met Steve Williams before?
I gotta look at him.
He looked just like Cat.
Yeah, I gotta look at him. I don't recall Cat.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I just read the chat. I was supposed to talk about Nicki Minaj home. Okay? All right, so real quick. So Us Weekly. Put Nicki Minaj picture back up. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Bonus. All right? I'm sitting here rushing and everything. All right, so Nicki Minaj. Us Weekly put out a report yesterday basically stating, let me read it. Actually, let me pull it up and read it. How about that? I don't want them trying to hit me with no cease and desist. I'm like, you doing this. So they put up a very inflated post, okay, and said Nicki Minaj's $20 million LA home at risk of being seized over massive debt owed, okay, and this is their exclusive, okay, and so Nicki Minaj's Los Angeles mansion is at risk of being sold off due to a massive unpaid debt that she and her husband, Kenneth Petty, have refused to pay, okay, Us Weekly reports. Also on October 6th, Thomas Weidenmuller, okay, sounds white, who was awarded $503,000 from Nicki Minaj, 42, and Petty, 47, in a lawsuit over an alleged assault that was done by Petty in 2019. So he sued both Nicki and her husband, all right? Asked the court to order the rapper's home to be sold to help him collect the money owed. So this massive unpaid debt that they're saying that Nicki is going to lose her house over is this bodyguard who got a default judgment because she didn't respond to the lawsuit. I wouldn't have either. You were supposed to be bodyguarding me, not getting beat up by my husband. What kind of bodyguard is that? The hell they do that at? Talking about he had to have his jaw rearranged 8 times. You had no business being no bodyguard. Just like when Rick Ross' bodyguard got knocked out down there in Canada. I said, how your bodyguard gonna get knocked out and you gotta run to your car? The audacity. Now, Wyden Mueller, who was a security guard at one of Nicki Minaj's shows in Germany, said that Minaj owns an 11-bedroom, 16-bathroom, 11,000 square foot home in Hidden Hills, California. The entertainer purchased her home for $19.5 million in December of 2022, according to the property records. Stay with me here, okay? In his motion, Wyden Mueller explained that he believes the home is worth enough to pay off the mortgage, okay? Liens and his debt. So he's saying, he pointed out that Minaj has a $13 million mortgage lien on the home and a $722,151 homestead exemption. Okay, together just under $14 million. So this security guard who was awarded a default judgment has been trying to collect from, well, he hasn't been trying to collect from Nicki, because if I keep reading this, he said he told the court the property's value, fair market value, is appraised at $20 million, yielding approximately $6 million in equity beyond the lien exemption. So basically, the lien that she has on her own house, would pay her. She would have some left over to satisfy his $500,000 default judgment, because Nicki says that she wasn't properly served. So if you don't serve me, I'm not responding to shit. Okay? Now, that amount is more than sufficient to satisfy the judgment, plus interest accrued and enforcement costs. Now, he said, the bodyguard said that the law does not require him to exhaust other collection efforts before asking for the debtor's home to be sold off. So he's skipping all collection efforts and going straight to the court and asking the court to enforce this default judgment on a $500,000 judgment that he got because she simply ignored it. I would ignore it too. Sue my husband. Okay? Now, hold on. So Wyden Mueller's lawyer noted, although it is regrettable that an extraordinary measure of forcing the sale of Minaj's dwelling is required, that result is entirely the product of her in not making a payment, okay? And so basically, because she's not paying this, they want her home sold for $500,000. And I highly doubt that any court is going to enforce the sale of a $20 million home for a $500,000 debt that Nicki could pay for just by giving him a car. Obviously, she doesn't give a damn. So I just want to tell you that this is inflated. Now, let's reference the lien here, the $13 million lien. It is clearly stated that Minaj has her own lien on her own house. Nicki has her own lien on her own house. A lot of smart, ultra-wealthy people do that. And do you know why they do that? If you were smart and you owned a home, you would lien your own house too. Because anybody can go down there with a piece of debt, whether it's $100, $300, $1,000, and say you owe them money. And if you refuse to pay them, they can go down to the county and put a lien on your house. And so when you sell your house, they're going to get their money before you collect anything. The bank will get theirs. And they're going to get theirs, and then your equity is going to go to them. And so what a lot of smart people do, and even what the bank does, a bank will put a lien on the house, and so will the homeowner. So just in case the IRS want to get sticky, anybody want to come with any debts and lawsuits, guess what? In the event I do sell my home, you ain't getting nothing, because guess what? I got a $13 million lien coming to me. All that equity is coming to me first. You not getting no debt. And so that is Minaj's lien. And so a lot of people that don't understand how that works, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's actually kind of smart. Hell, I ain't gonna tell you what I've done, but here's the thing. This ain't about me. Okay, hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the game, don't hate the player. So basically, get out of here with that bullshit. And I'm just shocked that Us Weekly and there's a Page 6 will report something like that. Like, come on now. Ain't nobody finna... He can ask... The title should have been, a person that she sued is asking for the court to sell her home so he can get paid. Not, oh, she's in risk of losing her home. No court is going to put a bank at risk over $500,000. We got to go. We're out. Bye.